unis with the black lettering, black on the shoulders, and white pants here at home. Opening batter of the game, Braden Benavides, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitches upstairs, and Hahn will go full on the first batter. And this is Hahn's 4th start of the season. Fastball fouled over A Street and into the neighbor's yard. It will stay full. And we saw Hahn in the Liberal doubleheader. He pitched game 2 that evening. Here's a fastball hit a mile high into right center field. Lozano over from right has it for out number 1. Benavides retired to start the game. It'll bring up the shortstop, Zach McAdams.
Shortstop, Zach McAdams. On deck, first baseman, Cade Preston.
So we look down at McAdams, hitting .316. He's got a pair of doubles, and he's driven in 9. Also has walked 7 times. Fastball fouled back for strike 1. Eshelman out in left. Ueda in center. Lozano is in right. As your pipeliner outfield. Got Brown at third, Arroyo at short, Sanchez at second, and Selko at first, with Plunkett behind the plate. 1 strike pitch. Again, foul back by McAdams. It's 0-2. Following McAdams will be Cade Preston. Anybody reaches, it would then be Brandon Morgan. Again, just a very light wind blowing in from a left field where all the tailgating takes place. But really going to be little or no factor is trying to get the baseball they want out there. Hahn throws it in, and the umpire gives it right back to him. Again, the count on McAdams is 0-2. Fastball high, swing and a miss. So Hahn brought it up out of the strike zone and got McAdams.
On deck, right fielder Brandon Morgan.
I'll bring up the first baseman, Cade Preston. Preston comes in hitting .320. He's got a couple of doubles. He's knocked in 8. One bounces just across the plate for ball 1. In Park City and Valley Center, both sharing the same field there in rural Wichita. Low and away, 2 balls, no strikes to Cade Preston. The field has suffered all the vandalism this spring. They tore up the lights twice out there. There's a high pop fly. He's going to head out onto A Street. The count on Cade Preston, and it's 2-1. Quick worker is Hahn, the 2-1. Fastball is low. 3 balls, 1 strike. We have Hahn, also Espinoza, both for the Pipeliners, very quick workers. 3-1, line drive into left center field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Preston, a big turn. Ueda gets it in quickly to hold Preston at first. It's a 2-out single for Cade Preston. Bringing up right fielder Brandon Morgan.
Designated hitter Jackson Gregory.
Morgan hitting .250. He has a double. He's driven in 8.
There you go, Carter.
On comes to the plate. Good fastball. Line shot to left, right at Eshelman. He barely had to move. That will retire the sign. No runs,
Home
1
State
hit,
Bank is the official
and
game ball
1 left.
Pipeliners. If you bring a foul ball back to the concession
So we head to the bottom of the first. Park City nothing, and the Pipeliners coming up after this break as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball from Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. Pipeliners will send up Daniel Arroyo, Jared Ueda, and Tyler Brown against J.C. Navarro.
Pipeliners shortstop Daniel Arroyo.
Again, I think we're seeing,
Jared Ueda.
You may be seeing your top two pitchers for each of these teams tonight. Navarro, again, pretty good numbers on the season, with a 3.38 ERA as Daniel Arroyo, the shortstop, leads off. Arroyo comes in slumping a little bit, hitting .224. First pitch swinging, pulls it foul and out of play, strike one. Arroyo has a pair of doubles. He's driven in 7. As Navarro going to use exclusively the stretch out there. Here's a little blooper. He's going to fall in front of the center fielder, Arena, for a leadoff single. Kind of out on the end of the bat, but it works out for Arroyo.
Now batting center fielder Jared Ueda.
Bringing to the plate Jared Ueda, the center fielder. Ueda hitting .129, does have a couple of doubles, and he's knocked in 2. Arroyo, 4 stolen bases. He's 4 of 5 this year. And a pretty easy toss over to first by Navarro. Navarro again will throw over to first. Certainly haven't seen his best move yet in 2 opportunities over to first. First pitch to Ueda is high for ball 1. Colburn in left, Reyna in center, Morgan in right field. That's your Park City Ranger outfield. The 1-0 to Ueda. Strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right there at the bottom part of the strike zone. Leadoff single for Arroyo. He's at first. Navarro again. He's taking a lot of time, trying to hold Arroyo close to the bag at first. And to the plate, Ueda was showing bunt and takes low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Following Ueda will be Tyler Brown, then Jake Selko. Two-one, grounder to first. Stepping on the bag and throwing wildly to second. So Arroyo is safe. So Preston had a chance at a double play, and it ends up being a fielder's choice.
Now batting third baseman
3-0 on the putout. So a break there for the Pipeliners, and it'll get up Tyler Brown. Brown hitting .341. He's got 4 doubles. He's homered twice. and a team leading 11 driven in. And Brown takes a breaking pitch off the plate. Arroyo is halfway to third and then heads back. Martinez. So the count is 1-0. And a quick conference there with Martinez and Navarro. I wonder if they got crossed up on that last pitch. And Navarro to the plate. Brown takes low. 2 balls, no strikes. Selko in the on-deck circle. The Pipeliners trying to get on the board first. Arroyo bluffs going to third, then a fastball, a very low strike call on Brown. It's 2-1. Not sure what the difference between that pitch and the 1-0 pitch was. And Navarro with the 2-1. Ground ball to third. Erickson to first. Did they pull him off? No, they did not. Nice stretch there by Preston. Arroyo had to hold up at second. So Brown put out 5-3 for the second out of the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting first baseman Jake Selko.
And it'll bring up Jake Selko, the Pipeliner first baseman. Comes in hitting .326. He's got a double and a home run. That home run was his first at-bat on opening night. And Selko's driven in 9. And then Navarro went to throw a pickoff attempt at second base, and he drove it right into the ground behind the mound. To say the ball wouldn't come out of his hand was an understatement. Maybe a little stick-em or something out there. Now the first pitch to Selko. Misses low, ball 1. Inning started with Arroyo singling, and Ueda grounded out to first, and Brown grounded to third. Here's your pickoff attempt. That time the ball delivered accurately by Navarro. Arroyo back safely. And now I'm field umpire. I don't know, is there a warning issued to the dugout or something going on there? And Selko takes low, 2 balls, no strikes. No score, bottom of the first. Selko up there in the RBI opportunity. Takes a strike, it's 2-1. Selko reaches, in be Ray Lozano. Just some passing clouds this evening, pretty nice weather. And Selko launches one to right field, and he's just homered for the second time this season to make it 2-0 Pipeliners.
Home run, Jake Selko.
Well, you knew it all the way. Morgan barely ran out in right field. And there were some young fans out there, nearly made a nice catch behind the wall. And I'll bring up Ray Lozano.
Right fielder Ray Lozano.
Lozano comes in at a .258 hitter. He's got a couple of doubles. He's driven in 6. There's a kind of a half swing, strike 1. Selko with the long ball puts the Pipeliners up 2-0. Breaking pitch outside. It's 1-1 to Lozano. And the 1-1 pitch fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we saw this in both of the Liberal games. The Pipeliners jumping on top early, 2-0. Let's see if they can get in a rhythm tonight and keep this going. Ground ball to third. Erickson, long throw to first, just gets Lozano. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits on the Selko 2-run homer, and nobody left. So we head on to the second inning. McPherson 2, Park City 0. It's from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Reasoner is 9 today. Also, happy birthday to Claire Modelmog.
Top of the
Leading
second.
Off for the Rangers, designated hitter Jackson Gregory. On deck, center fielder Rudy Reyna.
It's 2-0 McPherson on the Selko 2-run homer. And coming up for Park City will be Jackson Gregory, Rudy Reyna, and Tyler Erickson. And Gregory is the DH. He comes in hitting .333. And the breaking pitch misses, low and in, ball 1. Gregory, all his hits so far this year have been singles. He's driven in 1. And he hits one well to left center field. Eshelman on his horse, over his head. One hops at the wall. And now a chance at second, the tag, and Sanchez can't handle the throw in. So Gregory, halfway between first and second, had to make a decision. He kind of slowed down for a little bit. And he'll have
now
a leadoff double.
Rudy Reyna. On deck, third baseman Tyler Erickson.
Now the batter will be the center fielder, Rudy Reyna. Reyna hitting .214. He does have a couple of doubles. He's got a chance at his 5th run batted in this season. On delivers fastball, hit in the hole at short. Arroyo going to go to third as they've got Gregory tied up, and they'll tag him out. So you'll go the fielder's choice for Reyna, but you get the lead runner. Great decision. Arroyo was going to have to hurry to get the runner at first and saw Gregory was halfway to third.
Third baseman Tyler Erickson. On deck, catcher Mateo Martinez.
So that'll bring up Tyler Erickson now, 1 down and a runner at first. Erickson comes in as a .273 hitter. On fastball, fouled off for strike 1. Erickson, 6 of 22. All his hits are singles as well. He's driven in 6. Decent lead at first for Reyna. He has stolen 5, as yet to be caught. And there he goes. Up and away, Plunkett, one hopper to second. Sanchez can't squeeze it in. And the stolen base for Reyna, so another runner back in scoring position. And the count on Erickson, 1 ball, 1 strike. And we saw Hahn in the second game of the doubleheader against Liberal. And now gets to start back here at home. Breaking pitch, grounded right down the first base line, fair. They'll send Reyna home. Lozano's throw not in time, 2-1. Park City back within a run, RBI single for Tyler Erickson. And that'll bring up Mateo Martinez.
Now batting catcher Mateo Martinez, on deck left fielder Caden Colburn.
Martinez, a 200 hitter, 4 of 20 on the season.
Never know. Never know.
Hahn's first pitch, fastball in there, strike 1. Martinez also looking for his first extra base hit. And then he takes an off-speed pitch, strike 2. It's 0-2. There's 1 down, runner at first, top of the second. It's 2-1 Pipeliners. Fastball, swing and a miss. And second strikeout for Carter Hahn, second out of the top of the second inning. And that'll bring up Caden Colburn. Colburn, it's been a struggle. 2 of 25 on the season. One of his hits is a double. One bounces in front of Plunkett. He lost it, so down the second goes Tyler Erickson, representing the tying run. And a 1-0 count on Caden Colburn. On a check of the runner at second, trying to maintain the lead here. Fouled back by Colburn, 1 ball, 1 strike. Getting that single from Erickson, the 3rd hit of the game so far for Park City. Fastball low and away to Colburn, 2 balls, 1 strike. He reaches, it would then be Benavides at the top of the lineup. The 2-1 on the way from Hahn. Challenged him, a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Hahn will just challenge him again, maybe bringing that fastball just up out of the strike zone. Runner goes from second. And pitch fouled back and out of play. So Erickson was on the move on the 2-2 pitch. Hahn taking some time back of the mound. Count remains 2-2 on Colburn. Fastball grounded up the middle. Sanchez backhand and flipped to first for out number 3. Park City gets on the board. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. So we head to the bottom of the second. First and 2, and Park City 1 from the Williams press box here at Edward Jones Stadium. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the second inning, the newest Pipeliner will lead off to DH, Kevin Flesher. First pitch swinging, hit one off the end of the bat to a lazy fly ball to left, caught by Colburn. One pitch, one out. And I'll bring up the catcher, Grant Plunkett.
Catcher, Grant Plunkett.
Plunkett hitting 171 thus far, as a couple of doubles. He's homered once, and he's driven in 6. And he takes one right in the backside, and I mean literal backside. Bringing up Chris Sanchez.
Now batting second baseman Chris Sanchez.
Plunkett aboard with one down. Sanchez comes in hitting 278. Let's have a couple of doubles. 5 runs batted in for Sanchez. First pitch swinging, pops it up behind the plate where there'll be room up next to the screen, and it just gets out of play for strike 1. Martinez gave a close look, and he was unable to get to it. 2-1 Pipeliners batting in the bottom of the second. Plunkett hit, there's one down, he's at first. Plunkett has a stolen 3, he's been caught once. And the 1-strike pitch to Sanchez. Fouled down the third base line. It's 0-2. So far, Navarro has given up 2 runs on 2 hits. And Carter Hahn 1 run on 3 hits for McPherson. The 2-strike pitch. There's a shot down the right field line, and it falls fair. Plunkett heading to third, and they will hold him there, and Sanchez into second with his 3rd double of the season. He just kind of reached out and flipped the bat at it and got it right down that first base line.
Now batting left fielder Aaron Eshelman.
And brings to the plate Aaron Eshelman. Second and third, one down for the Pipeliners. Eshelman hitting 233. Couple of doubles, and he's homered once. He fouls it back and out of play. It was a little off balance on the breaking pitch, strike 1. Now each team has gotten a double right down that right field line. Eshelman, high hopper off the turf into right field, will score at least 1. They'll send Sanchez home. Throw to the plate is not in time. Nice slide by Sanchez. So give Eshelman the 2-run single to make it 4-1 Pipeliners. Oh, you would have swore there was artificial turf out there the way that thing hopped up off the grass. For Eshelman.
Shortstop Daniel Arroyo.
And back to the top of the lineup to Daniel Arroyo. Arroyo singled and scored a run in the first. He was on base when Selko homered. First pitch running is Eshelman. Throw to second. They got the tag down. No, they did not. Somehow Eshelman got around the tag. Yeah, and I'm wondering about that. They're going to appeal this one from the Park City dugout, as the throw certainly was there in time. And the shortstop covering was stumbling backward a little bit. So the appeal continues. The count, I believe, on Arroyo, maybe 1-0. Yes, they're going to put it up as a 1-0 count. So Eshelman with the stolen base. That one bounces. Now Eshelman will get the third on the wild pitch. Now it's 2-0 on Arroyo. And that stolen base for Eshelman would be his first of the season. Arroyo grounds one foul down the third baseline. It's 2-1. As the Pipeliners lead at 4-1, looking for more. Arroyo wants to try to get something into the outfield here. The 2-1 pitch, fouled back. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Plunka got hit after Flesher was retired on a fly ball to left, and Sanchez doubled and Eshelman singled. Arroyo lays off the breaking pitch and the count will go full. Navarro, see if he comes in and challenges Arroyo here on the full count pitch. He does. Arroyo ground ball right up the middle is going to make it 5-1. It's Arroyo 2 for 2. That's his first run batted in of the game. So 5-1 Pipeliners, bringing up Jared Ueda.
Now batting center fielder Jared Ueda.
Ueda grounded to first base in the first inning. Now Navarro very aware that Arroyo could take off. Ueda, perfect bunt down the third base line. Is it going to stay fair? It will. Erickson's only choice there was to let it go, and it must have hit something because it came back a little bit into fair territory.
Now batting third baseman Tyler Brown.
That'll bring up Tyler Brown after the Ueda bunt single. First and second, still just one down. It's 5-1 Pipeliners, bottom of the second. Brown grounded to third back in the first inning. And he takes one deep to right field. Did he get enough of it? Morgan at the warning track makes the catch, and both runners tag and move to second and third. Well, it's going to bring up Jake Selko. Selko
batting first baseman Jake Selko.
He hit the big 2-run homer to right in the first inning that put the Pipeliners at that time ahead 2-0. I tell you right now, a single could get you to 7-1. And Navarro steps off. He certainly did not like the first sign he got from the catcher. He's almost disgusted with the sign it seemed like. Navarro, he took something off of that one, and he missed low, ball 1. And Selko is the 8th batter of the inning. 1-0 fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Now down 2-0 to Selko here with first base open. You wonder if Navarro will just throw a couple more out of the strike zone and effectively work around Selko. That one was inside, 3-0. Ray Lozano will be next. And certainly in this situation, you'd think Selko has green light. Got a good fastball and he takes it, strike 1. Selko this season has been very patient at the plate, so not surprising that he took there on 3-0. And the 3-1. And a little chopper out in front of the mound. Navarro's only play is first, and he makes it. So 8 batters come to the plate. 3 runs score in the inning on 4 hits, and there were 2 left. So we head on to the 3rd. It's now McPherson 5, Park City 1 from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Also during the 3rd inning, Pipeliners will be coming around with
top of the 3rd inning, 5-1 McPherson leading Park City. Coming up for the Rangers will be the top of the lineup. Benavides, McAdams, and Preston. Again, when we get to our post game tonight, our player of the game sponsor and game sponsor today is Welco. So it's our Welco player of the game. And if the Pipeliners are victorious, we'll also have the player of the game on hand for some comments. So Carter Hahn to start his 3rd inning of work. Braden Benavides led off the game and flew out to right field.
Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman Braden Benavides.
Well, Hahn's given up a run on 3 hits thus far. And did he go after that bunt? I'll say no, he did not. Takes high, ball 1, does Benavides. I was a little surprised. I thought he went after that, but they ruled he didn't, even after appeal. And there is the high strike for Hahn. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Nice breaking pitch, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hahn shook off the first sign, now the 1-2. Fouled back by Benavides. And somebody going to break a streak tonight. Both teams were swept by Jayhawk opponents this weekend. Another breaking pitch, and he gets the call on the outside corner. For Carter Hahn, a strikeout number 3.
Now batting shortstop Zach McAdams, on deck first baseman Cade Preston.
I'll bring up the shortstop Zach McAdams, who was the first of the 3 strikeouts now for Carter Hahn. No walks for Hahn. And nobody hit. McAdams takes a strike, Anthony's. Now the one strike from Hahn. Line drive into left field. Base hit for Zach McAdams.
Now batting first baseman Cade Preston, on deck right fielder Brandon Morgan.
That is the 4th hit for the Park City Rangers. They bring up Cade Preston, who singled in the first inning. Then he was stranded at first base.
There you go, Carter, get your GB.
First pitch from Hahn. Breaking pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. Arroyo about 10 feet out on the grass makes the catch for out number 2. Hahn again, the breaking pitch. He just had Preston
now
off
batting
balance.
right fielder Brandon Morgan, on deck designated hitter Jackson
Bringing up the right
Gregory.
fielder Brandon Morgan. Morgan into the first inning by flying out to left. Again, some great tailgating going on out in left field this evening. On a beautiful evening here in McPherson with the runner moving and the pitch in the dirt. No throw to second. That gets McAdams into second base. A 1-0 count on Morgan. And both teams 4 and 10. Pipeliners have dropped 8 straight. They were swept in a 4-game series this weekend by the Dodge City A's. There's a fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brandon Morgan. And the Rangers swept by the Hayes Larks over the weekend in 4 straight. Ground ball to Arroyo. He backtracks, fires wildly to first. And then heading home on the air to make it 5-2 is McAdams. Arroyo tried to give it a little extra from deep in the hole and just completely airmailed Selko at first. And that'll bring up
now batting
Jackson
designated
Gregory.
hitter Jackson Gregory.
Gregory doubled down the right field line to lead off the second inning. Now Hahn takes a moment off the mound. And runner goes. Plunkett's throw to second, to tag down, and they got him. Perfect throw and tag from Plunkett to Sanchez. That will do it here in the top of the third. A 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. And nobody left. So we head to the bottom of the third. It's 5-2 Pipeliners leading the Rangers. And from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
As we head into the bottom of the third, we want to mention if you've been enjoying these broadcasts this year, this is our next to last scheduled broadcast of the season. We're planning on having the Clearwater road game on Wednesday, but some unexpected early season expenses. We're needing media sponsors. If you could help out, just $150 for a media sponsorship. As you can get all your advertising done here
Special
on the
thanks
air.
to tonight's game sponsor, Welco.
Between the
Detail,
innings,
quality first.
you can come up and visit with us during the postgame on the air and
Right
promote your
fielder,
business,
Ray
and also
Lozano.
visit with our player of the game. Again, we'll talk more about that here between innings, as it will be Ray Lozano to lead off here for the Pipeliners in the bottom of the third. He takes outside ball 1. Lozano 0 for 1. He ended up the first inning by grounding the third. There's a fastball hit high in the air to right center field. Center fielder Reyna drifts to his left. He's got it for out number 1. Now I'll bring up the DH, Kevin Fleischer.
Now batting designated hitter Kevin Fleischer.
Fleischer saw one pitch in his first at-bat and flew to left. And he takes the off-speed pitch, strike one. Again, Fleischer, the newest pipeliner. And the breaking pitch, low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. In San Antonio, Texas. It's Navarro. A couple 3 nods, didn't like the signs he was getting, will step off. And Navarro ready. And this one is popped up a mile high down the left field line. They're going to sail out of play. And Fleischer down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navarro's 1-2 offering in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also another new pitcher on the roster as well. I don't think he has yet joined the team. And Navarro ready, the 2-2 to Fleischer. Well, Navarro wanted, he's upset. He did not know where that one was called ball 3. Quite frankly, I don't either. That was a pretty good pitch. It had to either be ruled high or outside. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit for Fleischer. Kevin Fleischer has his first pipeliner hit, bringing up Grant Plunkett.
Grant Plunkett.
Plunkett was hit by the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning. That was the 7th hit for the Pipeliners. Breaking pitch in the dirt. And Fleischer is caught off first base. Now he's in a rundown. And did they get the tag on him? Yes, they did. Fleischer picked off first for the 2nd out of the inning. It's 1-0 to Plunkett. We've seen that several times this year. Quite a few runners have been picked off. Where the Pipeliner, as Plunkett takes a strike, it's 1-1. Breaking pitch, Plunkett fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The base is empty, 2 down, bottom of the 3rd. One bounced about 5 feet out in front of the plate from Navarro. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 in the first and 3 in the second for McPherson. Single runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings for Park City. Plunkett rips one foul. So count 2-2 on Plunkett. He reaches base. The batter would then be Chris Sanchez. Again, the 2-2 from Navarro. Fouled off either the catcher or umpire's mask. And it must have been fouled off of Martinez.
Let's go, Grant. I'm big.
Again, Navarro ready with the 2-2 offering. Going away, it's 3-2. Navarro so far, he's hit just 1 batter, no walks, no strikeouts. again, the payoff to Plunkett, fouled back. Plunkett up there battling, trying to get something restarted with 2 down and the base is empty. So get a few fresh baseballs in home plate. So Plunkett will see his 3rd straight payoff pitch. And Navarra delivers. Ground ball to second. Benavides to first. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. So we've played 3 complete. It's McPherson 5, Park City 2 from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Top of the 4th inning, a 5-2 Pipeliner advantage. As due up will be Jackson Gregory, Rudy Reyna, and Tyler Erickson. There's a little delay here between innings. Again, we were talking about if you could help us out, keep the streaming broadcast going. Media sponsorship is $150. It'll get you all the advertising on air during the game. And also during the post-game, you come up visit with us with the player of the game, which is going to be the Welco player of the game this evening. Again, just give me a call or a text if you can help out, 620-897-7060. As Gregory, the DH, he doubled in the 2nd inning. And Hahn starts in with a fastball high for ball 1.
And I don't know if he finished high school. He might have not been a high school finish. I only had him.
It'll be Gregory, Reyna, Erickson, and then Martinez. There's one foul over onto A Street. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Remember that Home State Bank is the official game ball sponsor. Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for a 50-cent piece.
And in our postgame tonight, it will be the Welco player of the game. Welco, our game sponsor tonight. Strike at the knees to Gregory. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here you go. Here you go, Carter. Come on, babe.
And Hahn looking for strikeout number 4, and he jammed him, but good job by Gregory, able to foul it off and stay alive at 1-2. Of course, the College World Series going on, and I've got to admit, I just have been very lax. I have not followed it. It's a breaking pitch. Couldn't get Gregory to bite. It's 2-2. How about that freshman arm for Vandy? That was he's putting on quite a show this year as a freshman. Had that, was it a 19 strikeout game? Now Hahn ready with the 2-2 to Gregory. Goes breaking pitch again and freezes him for strike 3. Gregory has his fourth strikeout. Or excuse me, Hahn has his fourth strikeout.
Center fielder Rudy Reyna on deck, third baseman.
That'll bring up
Tyler
Rudy
Erickson.
Reyna. Reyna reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run in the second inning. He shows bunt, and Hahn way up top with a fastball, ball one. And Hahn been very efficient thus far. 4 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a pair of runs on 4 hits. 1-0, swing and a miss by Reyna. 1 ball, 1 strike. Getting some high cloud cover moving in, but we're supposed to stay dry until sometime tomorrow morning. Hahn misses high, 2 balls, 1 strike. And the Pipeliner is supposed to be here at home tomorrow. We'll have to watch the weather closely tomorrow to be hosting the Kansas Cannons from Augusta. That was a hard slider, strike 2. It's 2-2. Hahn looking to start the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. 2-2. Oh, and that one, he broke off the table. Swing and a miss from Reyna. And there's 2 down for Tyler Erickson, the third baseman. And an RBI single back in the second inning.
Mateo Martinez.
So a 5-2 Pipeliner advantage in the top of the 4th. Bases empty, 2 away for the Rangers.
I never saw him play baseball. I coached middle school football, and he was on the football team. I was coaching.
On swing and a miss, strike 1 on Erickson. It looks like Hahn, I don't know if that's a changeup or what it is. He takes something off of that pitch. That time he had Erickson well out in front of it. Brought it in again. It's fouled back. 0-2 the count. And Hahn has an opportunity here to strike out the side. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. And Hahn ready with the 2-strike pitch. He misses low, 1-2. He's not yet thrown a fastball to Erickson. We'll see what he does here at 1-2. Maybe challenge him just up and out of the strike zone. He does. Gets him to ground it out to Sanchez. And over the first for out number 3. Actually, Arroyo was over at second, and he and Sanchez had switched positions. That's Arroyo on the putout, and the Rangers go 1-2-3, and we head to the bottom of the 4th. 5-2 Pipeliners leading the Park City Rangers from the Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Chris Sanchez, Aaron Eshelman, Daniel Arroyo coming up for the Pipeliners. 5-2 McPherson. Sanchez doubled down the first base line to lead off the second inning. And he hits a liner right at McAdams at short for out number 1. A 1-pitch, 1 out for J.C. Navarro. Gonna bring up Aaron Eshelman. He had a 2-run single and also stole a base in the second inning. And he later came around to score the 3rd run of that inning, and he takes low, ball 1. The 1-0 again, taken low, 2 balls, no strikes. Following Eshelman, Daniel Arroyo, then Jared Ueda. 2-0. Eshelman hits a high, towering fly ball to right. Morgan has plenty of room out there, makes the catch out number 2. And back to the top of the lineup to Daniel Arroyo.
Now batting second baseman Daniel Arroyo.
Arroyo with a pair of singles. He scored once, he's driven in 1. Navarro, he's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Hahn got his first in the top half of the inning. Off-speed pitch stays high to Arroyo, ball 1. And this is going to be the Welco player of the game this evening. As Arroyo pops it up. Is there going to be room behind the plate? And there is. Nice catch made by Martinez right up against the fence. And the Pipeliners go in order.
A wallet has been turned in that was left at the concession stand. If you're missing your wallet, come to the press box, please.
We head on to the 5th. It remains McPherson 5, Park City 2. And from the Williams press box here at Edward Jones Stadium, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Weaving through the traffic with my ratchet in a purse. In a St. Laurent straight jacket. If I crash, I go berserk. Overseas, I need a visa.
And stay tuned in our postgame this evening. We'll have our final stats, the Welco player of the game. Welco, our game sponsor this evening. A big thank you out to them for being a game sponsor for the McPherson Pipeliners. As coming up for Park City will be Mateo Martinez, Caden Colburn, and Braden Benavidez. Again, a scheduled home game tomorrow for the Pipeliners at 7 o'clock against the Kansas Cannons. A really good shot of rain possibly moving in tomorrow. Right now, an 80% chance throughout the entire day. So just stay tuned to Facebook and online, McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com for any game schedule changes. And then out on the road Wednesday and Friday at the Clearwater Outlaws for the Pipeliners. So again, the infield will stay the same. Arroyo's over at second. Sanchez is at short. Martinez leading off for Park City, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Leading off the Rangers catcher Mateo Martinez.
Hahn, 5 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a pair of runs on 4 hits as Martinez takes the fastball, strike 1. Pipeliners have out-hit the Rangers 7-4 and lead at 5-2. Big swing and a miss from Martinez. 0-2 the count. Pipeliners have committed the one error of the game that came back in the third inning and did factor in to the one run scored in that inning. Now Hahn's 2-strike pitch. Got him to chase it for strike 3.
Now batting left fielder Caden Colburn.
That'll
During
bring
the
up
fifth inning,
Caden
Pipeliner players will be
Colburn.
coming around.
Colburn ended up
with
the second
50-50
inning by
raffle
grounding
tickets
to
to
second.
sell.
Ohana has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters he has faced. First pitch on the way to Colburn. He shows bunt and takes strike 1. And following Colburn will be the top of the lineup, Braden Benavidez. Fastball misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Pipeliners got on top quick again in the first inning on a Selko 2-run homer. And got 3 more in the second inning. Check swing, foul by Colburn. It's 1-2. Park City getting single runs in the second and third innings. Nobody since the third inning with any kind of serious scoring threat. As Hahn misses outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to see, we have had only 1 base runner since the third inning. It's now time called at the plate. Count on Caden Colburn, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On misses high, they go full 3-2. And Hahn has not walked anybody or hit anybody to this point. We're in the top of the 5th. Payoff to Colburn. Went off speed, a swing and a miss for strikeout number 7. That's out number 2, sending Park City back to the top of the lineup, and Braden Benavidez. Benavidez has flown to right and struck out 0 for 2. Breaking pitch just below the belt, strike 1. Looks like the slider there from Hahn. And the 0-1 misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hahn has gone more to the off-speed and breaking pitches here after the first couple of innings. Not throwing the fastball near as much. 1-1, fastball way up. And the count goes to 2-1 on Benavidez. And he misses up in the eyes again. So Hahn misses twice with the fastball, and it's 3-1. We mentioned it's gone a lot more to the changeup and the slider here in the middle innings. 3-1, and that one hits him. And hit him up in the shoulder as Hahn missed 3 straight up and in.
Now batting shortstop Zach
So a
McAdams.
2-out hit by a pitch. The Rangers have a runner, and that'll bring up Zach McAdams. Again, McAdams struck out in the first, singled and scored in the third. 5-2 Pipeliners, Rangers batting in the top of the 5th. Hahn's first pitch with the runner moving, swing and a miss. And the throw down there and the tag applied, and he's out. Second runner thrown out by Plunkett. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And it remains 5-2 Pipeliners leading the Rangers on the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
As we head into the bottom of the 5th, the Pipeliners need your help here to keep the video stream broadcast going with the audio, as the unexpected early season expenses. This is going to be our next to last broadcast of the season, unless we can get you, the fans, the parents, the local businesses, to help out with media sponsorship. Just $150, you get all the advertising you can get throughout the game and in our post-game. Come up and visit with me and our player of the game during our post-game conference. So if you can help out and keep these alive, they've gone over really well. We'd love to keep them going for the rest of the season. You can get a hold of me, Scott Hogan, at 620-897-7060. Call or text me anytime here in the next few days.
For the Pipeliners, center fielder Jared Ueda.
Broadcast going here online on the Ad Astra Sports Network. We'd love to get you the rest of the season, as it'll be a Jared Ueda to lead off in the bottom of the 5th. Ueda is 1 for 2, and he tries to pull one down the right field line and hooks it foul. It's a long strike one on Jared Ueda, who grounded out in the first, and he had a bunt single in the second. And the one strike pitch. Ground ball right to the first baseman, Preston, who will take it himself. That will be out number 1, bringing up Tyler Brown. Brown is grounded to third and flown to right.
Baseman Tyler Brown.
Following Brown will be Jake Selko. And Navarro's first pitch, swing and a miss. Maybe got just a piece of it. As Navarro went, breaking pitch. Brown certainly likes to swing early in the counts. He's got numerous big hits early in counts this season. And the pitch is low to Brown, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 to Tyler Brown bounces out in front of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the Pipeliners got 2 in the first, 3 in the second, have been held scoreless since. Chop foul by Brown, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Navarro has surrendered just 1 hit since the second inning and no runs. Well, he's been keeping his team in it. We've seen no activity for either team in the bullpens. And the 2-2 to Brown. It misses low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Selko will bat next for the Pipeliners. Again, these two teams are 4 and 10. Each need to try to get on track here in the going into the middle third of the season. And a slow roller out to second. And Benavidez to first for out number 2. Tyler Brown now 0 for 3 this evening, and that'll bring up Jake Selko. Selko got the scoring started in the first inning. He hit a high, towering home run to right field. And in the second inning, he grounded out to the pitcher. See now where Navarro starts off. And went off speed and missed outside, ball one. Selko reaches, the batter would then be Ray Lozano. Low and away to Selko, 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, it's got to be deeper than the last one. Just made it to the grass.
Navarro comes set. Challenges Selko, and he pulls the fastball foul down the first baseline. It's 2-1. Navarro, he's shaking off a couple of signs and brings in the 2-1. Misses low, 3 balls, 1 strike. Navarro doesn't want to make another mistake. All of his pitches he's missed in this at bat to Selko have been low and away. Now the 3-1. Ground ball to second. Nice high hop for Benavidez. Just an easy flip to first, and back-to-back innings. The Pipeliners have gone 1-2-3, so we head on to the 6th. 5-2 McPherson leading Park City from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
This way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little wife, she been on
Top of the 6th inning, Carter Hahn back out on the mound for the Pipeliners. 5-2 McPherson leading Park City. Zach McAdams, Cade Preston, and Brandon Morgan are coming up for the Rangers.
Now playing shortstop for the Pipeliners is number 2, Julian Hunt.
Now we have a substitution
Thanks
as well.
to
You have to wonder back when Arroyo made that throw from deep short that went wild back in the 3rd inning, if he might have injured something. They've now taken him out of the lineup. Move Sanchez back to second, so Hunt will be in the leadoff spot. And here's a high fly to left center field. Ueda has it for out number 1. So McAdams now 1 for 3. They'll bring up Cade Preston, who's 1 for 2 with a single in the first, and he
now
popped out to short
Cade Preston
in the 3rd inning. And Hahn, bell tie, strike 1. Another off-speed swing and a miss, 0-2. 2-strike pitch from Carter Hahn does go fastball. It's fouled back and out of play. And we mentioned Hahn has started off with a lot of fastballs first couple innings, has not thrown many here in the last couple three, and there's a little flip out into right field, a base hit for Preston. He was so fooled by the breaking pitch, but he was able to get enough of the bat on it to get it over Selko into right field. And Cade Preston now 2 for 3.
Now batting right fielder Brandon Morgan, on deck designated hitter Jackson Gregory.
That brings up Brandon Morgan, the right fielder, who's flown to left and reached on an error. On breaking pitch, strike 1 to Morgan. That's the 5th Ranger hit. Another breaking pitch misses low to Brandon Morgan. 1 ball, 1 strike. So both pitchers have settled in here. Fastball low, 2 balls, 1 strike to Morgan. On 7 strikeouts, no walks, and just 1 hit batsman. And hit batsman came in the 5th inning. Fastball bounced out in front of the plate, 3-1. And you can see why Hahn is. His strike ratio with his fastball in this game has not been very good, but when he's going the hard slider and the changeup, he's been very effective. Now he's fallen behind Morgan, 3-1. And that fastball again, that bounced out in front of the plate. And he walks his first batter. First and second, just 1 down, and it'll be the DH, Jackson Gregory.
Designated hitter Jackson Gregory.
Gregory doubled in the 2nd, and he struck out in the 4th. And we often talk about when pitchers start moving their arms, shoulders around, they're getting uncomfortable out on the mound, and it certainly looks like Carter Hahn. Right at this juncture of the game, top of the 6th inning. That's a good fastball fouled out of play, right side for strike 1. And 1 less arm right now, as well as Tyler Dunn injured his arm in the 1st inning of a start out in Dodge City. They've shut him down for the rest of the summer. They do have 1 new pitcher coming in this week, I believe. There was the off-speed, high and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. On 1st and 2nd, 1 down. His team currently leading 5-2. Brings in the 1-1 to Gregory. Fouled back for strike 2. Inning started with McAdams flying to center. Preston that little slap single to right, and Morgan walked. One checks the runner at second. The 1-2 bounced in front of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In a beautiful evening, lights have kicked on. Just a light kind of northeasterly breeze. Fastball fouled back. And the temperature today, I think it got a little warmer than they thought. It was in the upper 80s. Some places might have poked 90 in Kansas today. And now cooling back into the low 80s, upper 70s. And Hahn, another one bounced in front of the plate, and good job, Plunkett. kept it in front of him and held the runners. Now the count is full on Jackson Gregory. Rudy Reyna will be the next batter for Park City. So the Rangers trying to overcome a 3-run deficit here in the top of the 6th inning. Payoff to Gregory. Oh, and a check swing on a fastball that was high. Hahn will go to second and over to first, safe. Well, I tell you what, and that was ball 4. And it was a check swing. It might have gone right off the end of the bat. And that was a break for the Pipeliners. So you get Preston the third on the play. And Morgan out at second.
Now batting center fielder Rudy Reyna.
So Gregory aboard on the fielder's choice. And there's 2 down for Reyna, but they're going to go talk to Carter Hahn first. Reyna has reached on a fielder's choice. He's also struck out. In a scheduled home game tomorrow for the Pipeliners to take on the Kansas Cannons. And then Wednesday and Friday, scheduled road games at Clearwater. And then also on the road Saturday at Park City.
Here you go, Carter.
So Hahn will stay out there and try to get Reyna to get out of the inning. Fastball up and in, ball 1.
Here you go, Carter. On, babe.
1-0. And a high drive to center field. Ueda at the warning track. He's got it right up against the wall for a big third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th, and it remains McPherson 5, Park City 2. And from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium, this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Ray Lozano will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 5-2 Pipeliner advantage on the Park City Rangers. For Lozano this evening, he's grounded to third and flown to center. There's a check swing, and Lozano takes a breaking pitch, strike 1. Well, Navarro, he's had 3 straight scoreless innings. There's a line drive to left. This one's going to get to the wall. And Lozano on his way to second with a leadoff double. Well, there were some anxious fans as that was heading towards that bullseye sign right there at the top of the wall in left. So Lozano, first hit of the game. That will bring up the DH, Kevin Fleischer. Fleischer is 1 for 2. He's flown to left and singled. He takes inside ball 1. Fleischer again, we mentioned he's the newest addition to the Pipeliner squad. He takes low, 2 balls, no strikes. Fleischer was in the lineup yesterday, but only 1 inning got played before a washout against Valley Center.
Do it for the Riverwalk.
Now the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Excuse me, that was a 2-0 pitch. Now it's 2-1. Following Fleischer will be Grant Plunkett, then Chris Sanchez. And the 2-1 offering. Fleischer hits it deep to left center field, and forget about this one. 7-2 Pipeliners. Welcome to McPherson, Kevin Fleischer. And we got some music playing for Fleischer here with the 2-run shot.
Now batting, catcher Grant Plunkett.
A second 2-run homer of the game for the Pipeliners, joining Selko, who homered in the first. And now it'll be Grant Plunkett to bat. Plunkett was plunked in the second inning and grounded to second in the third. One up to Plunkett for ball 1. Both the home runs tonight for the Pipeliners were one of those no-doubters off the bat. You know, Colburn there on Fleischer's home run barely left his stance out and left. And as Plunkett takes low, it's 2-0. The sure sign is when an outfielder doesn't even turn around to look when there's one off the bat. That's when you can forget about it. As Plunkett, a good swing, fouls it back. It's 2-1. Following Plunkett will be Chris Sanchez. There's a check swing. Plunkett takes in the dirt. It's 3-1 as for the first time in the game there's action in the Park City bullpen. Got another righty up and throwing. And Plunkett will take low. And wasn't that? Okay, I had the count mistaken. Now it is a... I thought that was ball 4, but apparently now I think it's a full count. Plunkett grounder in the hole at short. It's going to be a tough play, and McAdams can't come up with it. I think that's going to be ruled a hit. So they'll give Plunkett, well, I don't know, might be considered an infield hit. We'll give Plunkett the single. Now bring to the plate Chris Sanchez.
Now batting shortstop Chris Sanchez.
The Central Christian Tiger is 1 for 2. He doubled and scored in the second, and he lined the short in the fourth inning. There's a line drive to right center field, going to fall in for a hit. Plunkett will stop in at second. And I wonder if that was the last batter for Navarro. And here comes the coaching staff. Again, we mentioned there was a righty up and throwing. Chris White, I believe, if I saw the number correctly, is the Ranger throwing in the bullpen. As I think Navarro may have talked himself into another batter here. He's coming to the plate as Aaron Eshelman.
Now batting left fielder Aaron Eshelman.
Eshelman had a 2-run single and a run scored in the second. Then he flew to right in the fourth. So following the Central Christian Tiger is the Newman Jet. First pitch on the way to Eshelman. It's one down the right field line. This one hooking, and that fell fair, I believe. Did it? And now the umpire, what's the call here? Boy, talk about a delayed call. Goodness. And it's going to go as a foul ball. Of course, with a two-man crew and runners on base, the field umpire, of course, is in the middle of the field, so that's the home plate umpire's call. And he took a coffee break before making it, but then finally signaled foul. One strike pitch. Eshelman, did he go after it? They're going to say no, he didn't. 1 ball, 1 strike. I always got a kick out of that. You appeal to the guy in the middle of the field if a batter went around, who has possibly the worst angle you could have on the field. But that's what you got to do with a two-man crew. A count on Aaron Eshelman, 1 ball, 1 strike. First and second, still nobody down. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pipeliners leading at 7-2. Runner goes, Plunkett from second. There will be no throw to third. As Eshelman took low, it's 2-1. Plunkett steals third without a throw. I believe that is number 6 on the year for him. Actually, number 4 for Plunkett. And now Navarro, soft toss over to first. Wondering about Sanchez. Sanchez without a stolen base. So Eshelman, a good hitter's count, 2-1. Sanchez does go. Now they're going to throw back, and they've got Plunkett picked off at third. Boy, that has been one of the bugaboos this year. Way too many runners picked off for the Pipeliners this year. We've seen it in just about every game. So there's 1 down. Now Sanchez is at second. I believe it is a 3-1 count. I think Eshelman took high. Now it's fouled off. So it's either, I believe now it's a 3-2 count.
That was like the most delayed steal going from first to second I've ever seen. Waited.
So Plunkett wandered too far from the bag, and Martinez just faked the second, was able to throw back behind Plunkett to get him. Now the payoff to Eshelman is a called strike 3, a really low pitch. Eshelman frustrated. And good job by Coach Dawson just to get Aaron into the dugout. So the strikeout is actually the first for Navarro. It's a big out, number 2, and now we'll see Julian Hunt, who came in as a replacement for Arroyo. We think injured himself on a throw earlier in the game. Hunt swings right over top, a breaking pitch for strike 1. Hunt is hitting .323. Has 1 home run, he's driven in 5. And Sanchez out there at second. And he chased another low one. It's 0-2. Oh boy, what looked like could be a monster inning. Navarro could actually keep his team in this thing. And Hunt will get a single into right. They're going to send Sanchez, and then the ball was bobbled out in right field, so Sanchez scores easily on an RBI single for Julian Hunt to make it 8-2.
Now batting center fielder Jared Ueda.
Jared Ueda will bat. And you got to wonder, with 2 down, this would be a good time to think about sending Hunt, who has stolen 4 and has been caught twice. Ueda is 1 for 3. His one hit was a bunt single in the 2nd inning. Navarro thinking the same thing, has already thrown the first once. As Ueda takes high and away, ball 1. That hit from Hunt is the 12th for the Pipeliners. Ueda takes inside, 2 balls, no strikes. This is the first inning for the Pipeliners to score since the 2nd. And Ueda takes the 2-0 low, 3 balls, no strikes. And Chris White, we believe, is the pitcher up and throwing for Park City. Now, Hunt does go, and Ueda gets a little blooper fair down the right field line. Just got to the edge of the grass. And Hunt, with a big turn, will stop at 3rd. So Ueda with his 2nd hit of the game. And now they're going to, they're going to pinch hit for Tyler Brown with Gerardo Zavaleta.
Number 12, Gerardo Zavaleta.
Zavaleta comes in to pinch hit for Tyler Brown and will be a replacement at 3rd base. Zavaleta comes in hitting 136. He does have a couple of doubles. And looking for his first run batted in, and he takes outside ball 1. Zavaleta, the 8th batter of the inning. Runner goes from first. Nice swing and a miss, and again, just a fake throw, and they were trying to maybe get Hunt, but he was scrambling back to the bag at 3rd. So the count on Zavaleta, 2-0 with Selko in the on-deck circle. This could be the last batter for Navarro. There was time called. Navarro stepping off. Hunt had gotten a monster lead at 3rd. And now they corrected that, and they've got a 1-1 count on the board. And a breaking pitch. It's a strike called. Well, the umpire apparently has a 1-2 count. And when bounce and gets to the backstop, Julian Hunt will come home on the wild pitch to make it a 9-2 lead. And Ueda ends up at 3rd on the play. And a 2-2 count on Zavaleta. Pitch. And they called strike 3 on Zavaleta, the 2nd strikeout of the game. In the inning for the Pipeliners, we've got 4 runs scoring on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So we head to the 7th. It's now McPherson 9, Park City 2. And here from the Williams Press Box and Edward Jones Stadium, this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Austin Gents will be the new pitcher here in the 7th for the Pipeliners as Carter Hahn goes 6. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, hit 1, walked 1, struck out 7. As Gents will make his 7th appearance, that leads all pitchers for the Pipeliners. He's thrown 7 1/3. His record is 1-1. He's given up 16 runs, 9 of them earned on just 7 hits. He has walked 13, struck out 10, and hit 10. So Gents will be facing Erickson, Martinez, and Colburn here as we get ready to start the 7th. And again, if you're enjoying our streaming broadcast online, our last actual scheduled broadcast for the season will be coming up at Clearwater on a Wednesday. And we're going to tell you more how you can help keep alive these broadcasts. If you want to become a media sponsor, here to help keep these broadcasts going the rest of the way.
For the Pipeliners, number 38, Austin Jensig.
Our media sponsors
at third base is number 12.
Our 150. If you can help out, we'll tell you how you can do that here when we go to our 7th inning stretch.
Leading off for the Rangers, third baseman Tyler Erickson.
Tyler Erickson 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 2nd. Grounded out the 2nd in the 4th. Gents fires in a fastball low, ball 1. I would expect that would have been Navarro's final inning as well in the 6th. Gents low and in, 2 balls, no strikes. And Gents fires one in. It's popped up shallow right field. Selko back on the grass, drifts into foul territory, and it makes the catch. And there's one down for Mateo Martinez. He was glad to see a different pitcher besides Hahn. He was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Now batting catcher Mateo Martinez.
So Gents, the righty out of Trinidad State. We mentioned this is his 7th appearance of the season. And taking low is Martinez, ball 1. And a good fastball, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Gents, it isn't really a true over-the-top motion, and it's not sidearm either. It's kind of halfway in between. And misses low, 2 balls, 1 strike. And 9 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Pipeliners. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Rangers. As Gents misses upstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Here we go, Austin, on, babe. Win this one right here. Here we go.
Now Gents ready with the 3-1.
Good, good.
And boy, didn't get the call at the knees, ball 4.
I get you a ground ball, you're all right. Get you a ground ball.
Mateo Martinez with the 1-out walk. It'll bring up Colton Colburn, who was grounded to 2nd and struck out 0 for 2. Gents to the plate, fires low, ball 1.
Everything through.
Gents, when he has had his control on this season, he's been very good. There's a, it sounded like a broken bat, but it's going to get into right center field for a single. Stopping at 2nd is Martinez. I don't know if that lumber is good for any more use or not. Maybe I can snag it for my fire this winter. It sure sounded like a broken bat single there for Colburn. And back to the top of the lineup to Braden
now batting
Benavidez.
Second baseman Braden Benavidez.
0 for 2. He was on base in the 5th inning after being hit by a pitch. Fastball misses, ball one. Again, great tailgating evening and a lot of it going on out in left field. Fastball fouled off by Benavidez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Little, if any, breeze under the lights. And very pleasant evening here in McPherson. And Gents ready. A check of the runner at second. 1-1, called strike 2. It's a 1-2 count on Benavidez. It's a 9-2 lead for McPherson, top of the 7th. There's 1 away, runners at first and second. Benavidez takes outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 breaking pitch, and boy, missed just inside, I believe. It's 3-2. Gents gonna have to bring something in good. And the payoff on the way to Benavidez. He fouls it back.
Right here, buddy, right here.
Rangers have not scored since the 3rd inning. They got single runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Pipeliners got 2 in the 1st and 3 in the 2nd. And the second payoff from Gents, and that hit him. That's going to load the bases for Zach McAdams.
Now batting shortstop, Zach McAdams.
McAdams 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd inning. Also scored a run in that inning. Selko, a lot of signals from first into the dugout.
Get the out. Get the out.
First pitch to McAdams is low, ball 1. And if you're Park City, you probably feel like if you're going to get back in this thing, this is the opportunity.
Work to a baseball, move your feet infield.
Chances 1-0. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now a little Plunkett Gents conference will ensue. Well, if you're a sports fan, how about the former Washburn, Ichabod, and Kansas Jayhawk, Gary Woodland, yesterday winning the U.S. Open, becoming the 2nd native Kansan, at least to my knowledge, joining Tom Watson as U.S. Open winners. So that was quite a tournament yesterday for his 4th victory and first major. So after the conference, Gents fires in low to McAdams. 3 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded, 1 down, top of the 7th. Currently 9-2 Pipeliners. McAdams takes high, ball 4. That makes it 9-3. You get the RBI for McAdams on the walk. That'll bring up Cade Preston. Preston is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles.
Now batting first baseman, Cade Preston.
Go with him, he needs to go. There you go, Austin.
Gents fires a fastball outside, ball 1. He's missed with 5 straight.
Right through him. Let's go. What do you say, everybody? Let's go. Get a ground ball minimize right here.
The 1-0 at the knee, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go. Come now.
And Gents picking the pace up. The 1-1 delivery.
Good.
Outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cade Preston.
Right here, buddy. Go get him.
Now the 1-2. A little chopper foul down the third baseline. And Zavaleta is in at third. He pinch hit for Brown in the the bottom half of the 6th inning. And again, the 1-2 to Preston. And he pulls this one foul. The count stays at 1-2. Got Colburn at third. He singled. Benavidez was hit. He's at second. And McAdams walked. He's the runner at first. Once again, the 1-2 to Preston. That one almost hit him. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Time. Hold on. Ball, time.
There's an errant ball out of the bullpen for the Rangers. Lozano had to retrieve it. Now the 2-2 pitch. Bounces, and the runner going to head home to make it 9-4 on the wild pitch. Now it's second and third, and a 3-2 count on Cade Preston.
Right here.
A big pitch for Preston, and coming from Gents. And he pulls another one foul. So Preston has had a couple of good swings on a couple of Gents fastballs. And 2 runs so far in the inning. It's 9-4.
Here you go, right here, let's go.
So the Rangers trying to battle back in this thing. Again, the payoff from Gents. And they may have just done it. Here's a high fly to deep left. And was it foul or fair? And it was just foul. And it was almost a 9-7 game. Preston, we mentioned he'd had a couple of good swings before that one on the Gents fastball. And he hits a towering fly to deep left. Is there going to be room out there at the wall? And this one is gone. 3-run homer. Preston kept this one fair, and all of a sudden you look up, it's 9-7. The 3-run home run from Cade Preston. And things have gotten way more interesting than Pipeliner fans wanted here in the 7th. It started off 9-2. And now the batter will be Brandon Morgan. Morgan's been on twice. He's reached on an error and walked. He takes a strike at the knees. And 5 runs in the inning on 2 hits. There's a little shot into the hole. Hunt at short. Flips it over to first. Did they get him? They did. Nice dig by Selko. And that is the 2nd out of the inning.
Close it right here. Let's go.
And it'll bring up the DH, Jackson Gregory.
Now batting designated hitter Jackson Gregory.
Gregory is 1 for 3. His one hit was a double. And Gents fires in low, ball 1. Fastball grounded foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Carter Hahn went the first 6, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. He hit 1, walked 1, and struck out 7.
Here you go.
There's a high fly to center field, and Ueda has it for out number 3. But Park City right back in the thick of this thing. 5 runs on a pair of hits. The big 3-run homer from Cade Preston, and there was nobody left. So we head to the 7th inning stretch here at Edward Jones Stadium
winning
and
raffle
from
ticket
the Williams press box. It's Pipeliners 9,
Rangers
Rangers 7. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
487.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Chris White will be the new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th for the Park City Rangers. Carter Navarro ends up going 6th inning, gave up 9 runs on 13 hits, didn't walk anybody, hit 1, and struck out 2. We mentioned if you can become a media sponsor, this is our next to last scheduled broadcast of the season due to unexpected expenses. For $150, you could be a media sponsor and help try to keep the streaming audio and video broadcast going this season. You get all the advertising that you want during the games, and also you can come up during the post-game of your media night and visit with me and our player of the game. So if you could do that and help keep the streaming broadcast alive, we've gotten a lot of good feedback. We'd love to keep them going, but we need your help. So if you can, contact me, call or text 620-897-7060, and we will greatly appreciate your help in trying to keep our streaming broadcast going. So Chris White comes into a suddenly close ball game, making his 5th appearance. He is 1-0 on the season. He's thrown 5 innings, given up 2 runs on 5 hits. They're both earned, and a 3.60 ERA.
Now pitching
no
for the Rangers,
walks, 1 strikeout. He's hit a couple of batters. And Jake Selko will lead off for the Pipeliners.
For the Pipeliners, first baseman Jake Selko.
Selko 1 for 3. His 1 hit was a 2-run homer in the 1st. First pitch from White, just below the belt, fastball, strike 1. And White, just like Navarro, uses just the stretch. And Selko pulls one foul down the first baseline. And the count is 0-2. Selko's homer in the 1st was his 2nd of the season. Kevin Fleischer, the newcomer, has also hit a 2-run homer. That came in the 6th inning. The 2-strike pitch to Selko. Tried to go the other way and squirts it out of play, and it stays 0-2. Selko, Lozano, and Fleischer due up in the bottom of the 7th. 9-7 lead for McPherson. A line shot in the right field, base hit for Selko. The leadoff single for Selko will bring up Ray Lozano.
Ray Lozano.
Lozano is 1 for 3. His 1 hit was a double leading off in the 6th inning. It became a 4-run 6th inning for the Pipeliners. And the first pitch to Lozano, swings right over top of it, strike 1. And another righty up and throwing in the Ranger bullpen. Now White. Fires it in. Lozano fouls it back. 0-2. White, a little bit of an unorthodox motion. Kind of has a big shoulder turn. Again, cocks his arm a little bit, so it's a good change of pace from Navarro. Now the 2-strike to Lozano. Goes breaking pitch. Lozano able to foul it back. And the Pipeliners got 2 in the first and 3 in the second. And they led 5-2 for quite a while. Now again, the 2-strike pitch. Lozano grounds it towards short in the hole. It's going to be a tough play. Sidearm flip to first. Lozano runs it out for the infield single.
You're my little brother, so I have to show you how to celebrate Hanukkah. This is called a dreidel. You spin it and see where I am ready. With dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
So a good start to
Now
the
batting
inning
designated hitter
for the
Kevin
Pipeliners.
I shall play. Now you try it.
As now Kevin Flesher, the DH, will bat. He is 2 for 3. He has singled and hit a 2-run homer. And the Pipeliners going to try to get some of those runs back they surrendered in the top half of the inning. Big lead at second for Selko. Fleischer takes low, ball 1. Now, at certain portions of a game, you might expect a sacrifice here, but not with your DH, Fleischer. You're going to have him swing away. This one upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Again, White in relief of Navarro. He's got himself into a jam. Selko single the right, and then an infield single for Lozano at the deep short hole. And the 2-0 to Fleischer. Good swing, fouled it back and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike, and he knows he missed one there. That was a pretty fat pitch from White, and he got away with it. Actually, that swing from Fleischer, he wasn't trying to pull it. He's really trying to go straight away with that last swing. Oh, and a low strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we'll have our Welco player of the game in our postgame. We got quite a few candidates right now. Oh, breaking pitch, a swing and a miss. And Fleischer down on strikes. Be the first out of the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting catcher Grant Plunkett.
That'll bring up Grant Plunkett. Plunkett 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the second. He also singled in the 6th inning, then got picked off at 3rd. Breaking pitches, low, ball 1 to Plunkett. Feel like Plunkett, he's struggled this season, does have 1 homer. Came in hitting just 171, is due for that monster hit. And he broke his bat, a little bleeder out the second, and gets between the legs of Benavidez. Selko will score. They'll hold Lozano at second. That makes it 10-7. There was some pretty good English off of that broken bat. And that's going to be the first error committed by Park City. So first and 3rd with
now batting
1 down
baseman
for Chris Sanchez. The second broken bat we've seen in the game. And a breaking pitch to Sanchez, strike one. Again, another righty up and throwing for Park City. The runner got a huge jump from first as that strike two to Sanchez. As Plunkett hits the stolen base. Now they got a 1-1 count on the board. I thought that one was strike two. Sanchez, a slow roller out to second, is going to get a run home. And throw to first. Did they get him? They just did. As Benavidez almost took too much time. That makes it 11-7. So give Sanchez the RBI on the ground out. And now with Plunkett at third and two down, it is Aaron Eshelman. Eshelman is 1 for 3. He fouls the first pitch back for strike one. Eshelman's one hit was a 2-run single back in the second inning. He was very frustrated in his last at-bat with a strike 3 call. And he takes outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here you go, buddy. Here you go.
And White ready, the 1-1. Eshelman fouls it back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Plunkett from the University of Central Arkansas, he's down at third. The 1-2 to Eshelman. He pops it up right side of the infield. And does anybody see it? Nobody sees it. It's going to fall in. And you got to score that, an infield RBI single for Eshelman, as the entire right side of the infield lost it in the lights.
Big fat butt.
Every once in a while you
Now
see
batting
that.
shortstop Julian Hunt.
And then go back to the top of the lineup as it's now 12-7 for Julian Hunt, who had an RBI single. His first at-bat came in the 6th inning. He came in as a defensive replacement for Daniel Arroyo, who we think strained his arm on a throw from short. Eshelman running, ground ball up the middle, into center field, base hit. And Eshelman will stop at third. And Hunt is 2 for 2. And the inning continues.
Now batting center fielder Jared Ueda.
Jared Ueda will be the batter. He is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. One of them was a bunt single back in the second. There are 2 down, but 3 big runs have scored in the inning. And Hunt goes on the first pitch. Ueda drills one to left field, and it'll fall in front of Colbert. And Hunt, a big turn, is going to try to get back to second. Did he? He did not. Another runner picked off. As it'll go as an RBI single for Ueda. So the run will count. And then Hunt out at second, being picked off for the 3rd out of the inning. So in the inning, 4 runs score. And that came on 4 hits. There was 1 error and also 1 left. So we head to the 8th. It's now McPherson 13 and Park City 7. And we're back after this break on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Ray Lozano will be the new Pipeliner pitcher here
Now
in the top of the eighth.
Now pitching for the Pipeliners is number 24, Ray Lozano.
And Lozano will make his sixth appearance. Lozano's thrown 5 innings, given up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 5 hits. His ERA 5.40. He's walked 5, struck out 5. And Lozano will face Rudy Arena, Tyler Erickson, and Mateo Martinez. So Lozano comes from right field. So Jens goes out of the lineup. Jordan Bolt will go into right field. And that changes your lineup for the Pipeliners as Reyna takes low, ball 1. Rudy Reyna has reached on a fielder's choice, struck out, and flown to center. Lozano misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Jens went an inning, gave up 5 runs on 2 hits. He hit 1 and walked 2. Lozano, that one at the knees, strike 1 to Reyna. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 grounder to Zavaleta at third. He takes his time, fires to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Tyler Erickson, who is 1 for 3 and an RBI single in the second. Since then, he's grounded to second and popped out to first.
Now batting is third baseman Tyler Erickson.
Pipeliners have out-hit the Rangers 17-7. As now finally Erickson decides to get in the box. And then he hits one deep to right. Bolt is there. Nice sprint back to his left, and Bolt makes a nice catch for out number 2.
Now batting catcher Mateo Martinez.
And I'll bring up Mateo Martinez, who was struck out twice and walked. 1 run scored for Martinez. As Lozano looking for the 1-2-3 inning, and he misses inside, ball 1. So Lozano and Jens, the 2 pitchers used most out of the bullpen so far this season. Both pitching in this game as Lozano fires low to Martinez. 2 balls, no strikes.
Come right. Move your feet, have your body.
The 2-0 also low, 3 balls, no strikes. Now we saw Selko get the save on opening night. He's pitched just once since then in relief. But they like to use him in save situations, and boy, there just hasn't been those opportunities. As there's a 4-pitch walk to Martinez. He's aboard with 2 down for
Caden Colburn.
Caden Colburn. Colburn is 1 for 3. He had a single and a run scored in the 7th. At the top of the 8th Runner at first, 2 away, 13-7 McPherson. Zano low and away to Colburn, ball 1. And the largest lead was 9-2 for McPherson.
Good.
There's a fastball at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike.
There you go. Get right back in there. Get us back in here. Man.
It was a 5-2 lead after 3 innings in the scoring drought hit for both teams. This runner goes from first, strike at the knees, throw to second, goes into center field. And now heading to third, Ueda will load up and throw, and Zavaleta, nice leaping catch to keep that from just a 1 error, keeping it from a 2 error sequence there. They get the stolen base and an error on the play. And this pitch up and away to Colburn. Now the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball to Sanchez at second. Over to first. That will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error. And 1 left as we head on to the bottom of the 8th. It remains 13-7, McPherson leading Park City. And from the Williams press box here at Edward Jones Stadium, this is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the 8th inning, it's a 13-7 advantage for the Pipeliners as Chris White will, well, he needs a catcher. Catcher heading back to the dugout. And now we're going to have, I think that was the backup catcher. Now we got the, Martinez was on base when the inning ended, so he's heading back out behind the plate. Coming up for the Pipeliners will be Zavaleta, Selko, and Lozano. Again, when we get to our post-game, we're going to have our Welco Player of the Game. We'll have your final stats, and we'll look towards the upcoming schedule for the Pipeliners. Zavaleta came in for Brown. He pinch hit in the 6th inning and went down looking. And Chris White is the second pitcher for Park City.
Third baseman Gerardo Zavaleta.
Let's see if Zavaleta will get things started here in the 8th. And he takes upstairs, ball 1. And Zavaleta takes outside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. White gave up 4 runs on 4 hits his first inning pitched in the 7th. There has been another righty warming, but right now no action. As Zavaleta fouls it back, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Zavaleta, Selko, and Lozano due up. There's a swing and a miss on a high fastball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now we'll see if Lozano is still in the batting lineup when he went to the mound, and we'll find out here just shortly. He's due up in this inning. Or if that will be where Bolt will bat. That's what I am guessing. And Zavaleta hits a high fly to center. Reyna drifts to his left, makes the catch, out number 1. Some music is cued, and that will be Jake Selko.
Jake Selko.
Selko 2 for 4 this evening. He's got a 2-run homer and a single, pair of runs scored. First pitch on the way from White to Selko. Fastball, strike 1. Selko has hit both his home runs in the first innings of this season. He homered on opening night as he chops one foul, and the count is 0-2. Bases empty, 1 away, bottom of the 8th. The 2-strike count on Jake Selko. White shaking off a couple of signs, now ready. The 0-2 delivery. Good pitch, was just inside, 1-2 the count. In 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 runs apiece in the 6th and 7th innings for the Pipeliners. And the 1-2 to Selko, fouls it back. For Park City, single runs in the 2nd and 3rd inning, and a 5-run 7th. Pipeliners have 17 hits, 1 error to go with their 13 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and the 7 runs for Park City. Again, the 1-2, Selko laid off the breaking pitch and took it low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So you would expect Lozano will come out and pitch the 9th for the Pipeliners. And Selko, the 2-2, tried to go the other way, fouls it out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a couple of times tonight, the bullseye sign almost came into play. Unfortunately, one of the times it was a Ranger that about hit it. Again, the 2-2 to Selko, pulls one just foul of first. Again, $100 awaiting if a Pipeliner can hit that bullseye sign this season. Again, Selko batting with the bases empty, 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Again, the 2-2 from White. Chop foul, pretty good at bat here going for Selko. Again, a right fielder spot where Lozano was is due up next. And another 2-2 pitch on the way. Is skied a mile high, shallow center field. Who's going to take it? Long, long run for Reyna to make the catch for out number 2. So it looks like
Pitcher Ray Lozano.
what they did is Lozano will bat and Bolt moves into where the DH spot was. So Jordan Bolt, if Lozano can reach base, would bat for Fleischer. Lozano, a single and a double. Takes the breaking pitch high, ball one. Fastball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Again, the game sponsor tonight was Welco. They will have our player of the game. They got 2 or 3 very good candidates so far in this one as Lozano pulls one down the left field line, and it is foul. The count is 2-1. So White looking for a 1-2-3 inning for the Rangers. Two 2-1 breaking pitch stays high, and Lozano 3-1. And Bolt would bat next for the Pipeliners. Lozano 3-1, takes it low, ball 4. First walk for Chris White.
Now batting right fielder Jordan Bolt.
I'll bring up Jordan Bolt. Let's see if he has had an at-bat this year. I don't believe he has. Yeah, there he does. He shows up as having 3 at-bats. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And he did, after the walk, steal a base. So Bolt will get his 4th at-bat of the season. And takes strike 1 from Chris White. Again, Bolt out of Palomar College. Breaking pitch over top of him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, Jordan, one of the starting pitchers this season for the Pipeliners, has made 3 appearances, has made a couple of starts. One of them didn't count, was that game that ended up being a forfeited Valley Center. And he pops one up on the middle of the infield. And the third baseman drops it. The Bolt will be safe, and Lozano hustling all the way ends up at third.
Here we go, Plunkett.
The batter will be Grant Plunkett, as the second error of the game by the Rangers keep the inning alive.
Catcher, Grant Plunkett.
Grant Plunkett has been on base 3 times. He's been hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and singled. He takes strike 1. Bolt out to a good lead at first. He got a great jump. There won't even be a throw. As I believe Plunkett took strike 2. So an RBI opportunity for Plunkett. Second and third, 2 down. 2-strike pitch, pulled, foul. There is another pitcher getting loose for Park City just in case. There's a high fly to center. Reyna drifts back, makes the catch. That will retire the side. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left. We head to the 9th. It remains 13-7. The Pipeliners leading the Rangers. From the Williams press box here at Edward Jones Stadium, you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Top of the 9th inning, the Pipeliners 3 outs away from breaking out of the 8-game skid here against the Park City Rangers. As Ray Lozano will pitch to the top of the lineup.
Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman Braden Benavidez.
Benavidez, McAdams, and Preston are due up. Benavidez is 0 for 2. He's been hit twice. He takes low, ball 1. He was hit once by Hahn, once by Gents. And pitch is, I think it was taken high. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-0 from Lozano. At the knees, 2 balls and 1 strike. And stay tuned for our post-game. We will have their unofficial final numbers. As Benavidez takes low, 3 balls, 1 strike. We'll have your Welco player of the game. And we'll look at the upcoming schedule as well. There's a high fly to right. Bolt barely had to move. He's got it out, number 1. We'll bring up Zach McAdams.
Now batting shortstop, Zach McAdams.
McAdams is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. He's got a run batted in and 2 runs scored. Pitch is upstairs, ball 1 to McAdams. And a 1-0, well high, 2 balls and no strikes. Pipeliners have never trailed at a 2-0 lead after the first inning. And fastball about belt high, it's 2-1. It was 5-2 after 3 innings. Ground ball in the hole. Hunt, beautiful stop at short. Long throw to first. What a play by Julian Hunt for Arroyo in the 6th inning.
Now batting first baseman Cade Preston.
And now Cade Preston will bat. He has singled twice, and he's hit a 3-run homer. Takes low, ball 1. Right now, Preston's got 3 of the 7 Ranger hits. Belt high fastball, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is empty, 2 down, top of the 9th. Bounce just in front of the glove of Plunkett. It's 2-1. Lozano trying to wrap things up for the Pipeliners, get their 5th win of the season. Ball outside corner, strike two. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
End it right here. Close your house. Next pitch right here.
Lozano, he's shaking off a couple of signs. Now a third, now a fourth. He knows what he wants to throw. And a 2-2 on the way. Fouled back. And a nice crowd here on Monday night. A lot of tailgaters out in left field. A lot of kids out in center field. Right by the scoreboard enjoying a Pipeliner near victory. Now victory. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And Lozano with the strikeout. That will end the ball game. 13-7 will be your final score tonight. The Rangers now 4-11 on the season. And the Pipeliners improve to 5-10 and break out of that 8-game slide. 13-7 is your final, so we'll take our end of the game timeout. And we'll be back with your final numbers, your Welco Player of the Game. And we'll have more as from the Williams Press Box here at Edward Jones Stadium. You're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Well, welcome back to Pipeliners Baseball as we start our post-game show. The Pipeliners win 13-7, and it's been a while, and this has got to be a feel-good victory as the Pipeliners banged out 17 hits tonight, only committed 1 error in the field, and got a good start from Carter Hahn and Lozano, a couple of scoreless innings out of the bullpen. As a nice victory for the Pipeliners. As, again, we'll select our Welco Player of the Game. Let's go ahead and do that because I got somebody that can go ahead and grab him. Let's go with the newcomer tonight, Kevin Fleischer. Kevin ended up 2 for 4 this evening in the DH spot in his first full game with the Pipeliners with a single, and he hit a 2-run homer in the 6th. He'll be our Welco Player of the Game. So if you bear with me, got a couple of numbers. We want to get our mic over here for Kevin once he can come up. So I'll be right back here in just a moment. So again, Kevin Fleischer will be our Welco Player of the Game. So a big thank you to Welco for being our game sponsor tonight. And again, we'll talk about our media sponsors as well when we get through our stats. As Park City tonight, 7 runs on 7 hits, a couple of errors, and 5 left. J.C. Navarro went the first 6, gave up 9 runs on 13 hits, no walks, 1 hit batsman, and 2 strikeouts. And Chris White went the final 2, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, and he had a walk and 1 strikeout. And multi-hit games, well, we talked about Cade Preston for the Rangers. He had a pair of singles and a 3-run homer, ended up going 3 for 5. And I think he was the only multi-hit game. Yes, it was. He was the only player with multiple hits for Park City tonight. For the McPherson Pipeliners, 13 runs on 17 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. Carter Hahn went the first 6 innings, gave the Pipeliners a good start. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 hit batsman, 1 walk. He struck out 7. Austin Jentz went an inning, gave up 5 runs on 2 hits. He walked 2, and he hit 1. And Ray Lozano went the final 2 innings, no runs, no hits. He had 1 strikeout and 1 walk. We had so many choices for player of the game tonight. Daniel Arroyo, 2 for 2 with a run scored, a pair of singles, and an RBI. Julian Hunt, 2 for 2 with an RBI and 2 singles. He had Jared Ueda ended up tonight 3 for 5. He had 3 singles. 1 was a bunt single and a run batted in. Jake Selko went 2 for 5 tonight with a single and a 2-run homer. Ray Lozano, 2 for 4 with a single double and a walk. And Kevin Fleischer ended up 2 for 5. He was on base on an error. He had a 2-run homer, and he also had a single. So we had a lot of choices. There's Chris Sanchez had a single and a double and also a ground out RBI. And Aaron Eshelman